If you enjoy the Low Scale Gaming podcast, please leave us a like, review, and subscribe. Any feedback is welcomed, and I hope you enjoy the show. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Low Scale Gaming podcast. I'm your host, Ghostland's Finest, and as always, I'm joined by Kodak Jones and Inferior Mage. But today, I wanted to start. It's going to be a little bit of a somber start. Kobe Bryant, my favorite player of all time, the greatest Laker that I've ever witnessed, and passed away over the weekend in a horrific helicopter crash that included his daughter and 7 other people on their way to his kid's basketball game. So it kind of, as a makeshift parent, I guess is what I've been saying to my brother now, it hits a little bit closer to home that life's not always for sure. It's not a for sure thing. Something could happen tomorrow, and just everything changes. So I just wanted to take a quick moment before we get into the fun, I guess, the funnier part, or our actual podcast, just to take time. If you're listening to this on whatever Facebook, or I'm not on Facebook, but YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, whatever, just take the time right now to message somebody or call somebody, just someone you haven't talked to in a while, and you care for them, just to catch up with them, see how they're doing. I think that would be the best way of doing this. Countless people have been saying countless things about it, and I don't want to add to the other one because I just feel like a sheep for it. But just don't take life for granted, and go out there and just tell somebody you love them, someone that you miss. But with that start, Conan Jones, how you doing?
Oh yeah, good pivot, man. I'm proud.
I was actually laughing because you said watch us on Facebook. I was like, no, we had a big discussion last week about we not having a Facebook.
I know. But our PR manager was supposed to get onto that.
Oh, was that? Okay. I'll put it on my list of things to do.
Your list of things to forget about.
Yeah, your list of things to forget about, yeah.
That's how my list goes. Man, my day, I've been all over the freaking place today. It's been raining in the city all day. We went to Home Depot last night to get stepping stones for the backyard, because our backyard just floods whenever it even just drizzles.
Especially that it's been raining it's been Forrest Gump raining.
Yeah. So we're just we need to get some stepping stones because we have to take Baxter out, or he just runs through the puddles and just is soaking nasty wet. But of course I forgot to put him out last night, so I had to walk through the mud this morning. And then just it's a slight drizzle, and everybody loses their ever-loving mind.
Dude, just wait until you're up there when it snows, and you're driving to work or something. Just wait for it. If you think the rain's bad, the snow is when. Never mind. That would have been a really bad joke to make. Yeah, I think you get a feeling what I was about to say, but just it's absolutely the worst thing ever. Oklahoma City, I don't know what happens. They just put on their dunce cap and just start driving in the snow.
I feel like it's just people everywhere. Whenever conditions are just not sunny, they're stupid enough when it's sunny. But whenever conditions are just a little bit different, they're just a bunch of dum-dums. Big old dum-dums.
Yeah.
Freaking Saturday, I was driving to a friend's house, and there's a 2-lane road. One lane going north, the other lane going south, and we're at an intersection. And by golly, it was raining, and some guy across the street from me, the street that I needed to drive on, he was just on the wrong side of the road trying to turn left.
Yeah,
just sitting there. I had to honk at him to get him to move because he was dead wrong. Yeah, he was just chilling, in the wrong lane. Oh my god.
That's
Goodness.
funny.
People,
All right, can we get some like fingers crossed and like some holy music here that I have a snow day tomorrow? Like, God, if I've ever needed a snow day, it's tomorrow. Just, Lord, please. We're recording this on a Tuesday, by the way, because I didn't realize it. I have like a stacked weekend from Thursday to Sunday, and I'm just bummed out about it. Anywho, praise, let's get me a snow day or a late start, or I'd take a late start over.
Start at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 o'clock, perfectly fine. Let's start at 2:30. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to
To release at 3.
Yes.
Only 30 minutes of school.
Yes, but where was we? It's just been a. I do have some really good news though. I know I'll save it for the wins of the week, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say it because I've been posting it everywhere. I got a Pupper's Dogs, and
Yeah.
it's pretty funny how like. Not necessarily how I got him because I just saw him on like one of the Facebook pages of like where my town is where I teach at. And they're just like, "Oh, we can't believe how this puppy didn't get taken into a home yet." Blah blah blah. And I'm just like, I'm looking at this puppy. It's like, all right. So it's checking off all the lists with me. It's a puppy. It's a good breed that I won't get in trouble with my lease having. He's black because I like the color black. He's like black. He's black with a little bit of white in his chest, and he's a good breed, which he's a lab and a Australian Shepherd. So he's gonna be like a good like protector dog. But he's 9 weeks old. he's just a baby.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing that was going to keep me from actually doing it was he's a baby. But I went to go roll the dice with my landlord. Apparently, I have like a whole new landlord. My I guess it's technically property manager. My property manager like left back in like August, and I didn't realize it.
Okay.
So I've just but I haven't had a problem with my house. So it hasn't,
Yeah, you haven't had to talk to anybody.
Yeah, exactly. So I go out there, I'm just like, hey, does such and such still work here? And they were just like, she hasn't worked here since like July or August. I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. Well, I was going to see if I could pay the pet deposit and my rent this month. She's like, you don't need to pay a pet fee. You don't have one. I was like, I'm looking to start one. And I was like, well, your property manager is okay that. Well, then I was like, okay. That's why I was like, I thought Lonnie already okayed it for me before. So I was just going to see if I could still do it. Oh, I said her name. Whatever. But I go up, so we talk. I'm talking, and she was just like, but it's fine. We can still do it. It's not a big deal. So, okay. He's like, how old, or what's the breed of the dog? Like, lab, whatever. How old's the dog? And this is when I just started putting on my Better Call Saul suit, and I was just like, the shelter that I got him at told me they couldn't give me an exact detail, but they told me he was six months to a year old, and they was just like, well, since we can't have a dog under a year there, so I'm just gonna put a year there. I was like, okay, whatever. But we still need to see a picture of him. And I'm just like, crap. This dog does not look anywhere near like even close to scratching 6 months. So I was like, okay, I've been so basic with taking pictures of him and just like it just sharing them everywhere. Because I mean, I'm a dog parent now. I was for 24 hours, and I'm like fully like into this dog parent life. Anyways,
it took no time to get you into that.
No time. So I was sitting there not talking, but figuring out things I want to do, or figuring out what picture I'm gonna use. So I just pick up like the cutest one I can find. It's him just like sitting there on the porch and he has tongue out and he's smiling. Just an adorable picture. And I emailed it to them, and they started late. The first thing, it was two ladies, and they were just like, "Oh, he's so cute! Oh, he's so cute!" And they looked at each other, and they were just like, "Yeah, he's definitely a year old."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Is that a joke, or are we still doing this?" And they were just like, "Oh yeah, he's definitely a year old. That's fine." She could have practically winked at me, and I would have been like, "I was like, okay, cuteness wins. Thank you, Jesus."
Yeah.
You also gotta play the angles a little bit.
Yeah, I did play the angles. I know Vader's exact birthday. He's 9 weeks old, and his birthday is November 21st.
And they pass him for a year old.
Yeah.
Like Baxter's just barely a year old.
Oh no, I knew his how old he was. I was just telling it to.
Oh yeah, but like they air quotes believed it. Like
Yeah, oh no, they didn't believe it at all. They just did it because he's cute. It's a face that it's hard to say no to a face like that.
Yeah. Get them puppy dog eyes and you get what you want.
That's literally what happened.
Yeah.
But his name's Vader. He's cute. I posted him on my Twitter. Go look at it. He's cute.
Do it. Go look at him.
Go do it now. Pause this. Make your second pause of this podcast and go look at my dog, and go give me a like,
And then come back.
and then subscribe to this podcast for Vader.
You should put the subscribe to the podcast link in the description
comment.
for Vader's.
Okay.
So you can see the puppy and you can subscribe in the same spot.
See, two birds, one stone.
Proud of us.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our fails of the week. Inferior Mage, what is your fail of the week?
So, I hate my cats.
Okay.
Moving on. All right, here's mine.
No.
Jones, what is it? No.
So, Friday night, I get home. It was a late day. I had a long day. Like, I got home at 11:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Long day.
Fun times.
And I get home, and, like, my door is stuck slightly to my room. And I get it open, and, like, one of my cats is in there. And I don't know how long that cat got stuck in my room, but it just pooped everywhere.
Yes.
At midnight.
Oh.
And I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I've never been so angry at an animal in my life.
So I am not
Like-
dealing with this right now.
Well, I cleaned up everything. I slept, and I soaked my bed in cleaner, and cleaned up all my sheets and everything. And I was like, I felt disgusting, so I went to go take a shower. And I guess my cat knew I was really upset with him, and so he kept pushing the bathroom door. Oh, I took a bath. Actually, I took a bath. I actually fell asleep in the bath. I was so tired because this was about 1:30 a.m. on Saturday.
He's coming in, and he's like, "Hey, are we cool?" Oh, okay, that's cool. Comes in 5 minutes. Hey, are we still cool?
He nudged the bathroom door open because I guess I didn't shut it all the way.
Yeah.
And he stuck his head in and looked at me, and I was just like, "Get out!" And he pops right back out. and 10 minutes later, he did it again, and I just looked at him, and he popped his head right back out. But I was so mad at that animal. That's my fail of the week. Just having to clean up his poop. God, and he did. It was just gross. It was just, and it was a terrible time.
It sounds like you had a day.
I did.
Oh,
Thanks.
you're welcome, Conan. All right, Conan Jones, tell me about your fail of the week.
Can I go last? I've got quite a few.
Okay, all right. Well, mine. We had my brother's birthday over the weekend, and it was going good, and I was having a good time, whatever. But I don't know, just out of me like making sure everything goes right at the place and just everything that moving stuff around, I hurt my back again, and my back's just been like tweaked ever since. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do to make it feel better. I've done everything that I've known that I usually make it feel better. The only thing I could think of now is like getting like a heating pad and just like putting it on there.
That helps. Some Bengay probably would help. Have you done like lower back? Is it your lower back?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's
Ghost
my
has
lower
already
back.
been gay.
Okay, so like lower back usually.
I like how no one's laughing at Conan Jones' joke.
It was funny.
No, it wasn't.
I didn't even hear it.
That's because it wasn't
It's
important.
okay. Long listener of the show, Austin is laughing at me, so it's okay.
He's laughing at you, not
Okay.
with you. There's a difference there.
Yep.
Oh. Anyway.
Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mage.
Anyway, like with lower back pain, heating pad would work. Some Bengay would also work.
I have that. I might do that.
Usually, that happens because you've like been lifting too much and like, or like twisted weird. But usually it's connected with like your lower back muscles are connected with like your legs.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, and you don't think that because like my back hurts. Why would it be my legs?
Right.
Have you look up some like stretches on YouTube?
Well,
for
what
lower
I've been
back
doing
pain?
is I've been like just like laying down and like laying down on my stomach and then getting onto my elbows and like just kind of like not like doing like stretching all the way back, but just a little bit up. Not like anything where it's gonna be like strenuous, that where it's not uncomfortable. And just doing that to make me feel better. And I mean it does help a little bit, but then I'll get back up in a second and then I'll just like go back to like dying.
Doing like there's some stretches for lower back pains. There's like YouTube videos and stuff all about it.
Yeah.
Like you can pull your like when you're laying down, like your knees up and just kind of like move your knees to side. That
Okay.
helps out with like lower back muscles a little bit. But basically, it's just going to be heating pad, Bengay, and ice. That's what I've been told.
Okay. But that's other than that, I can't really complain that much. And then Kobe dying. Kobe that hit hard. But
Oh.
I mean, you see your favorite player dies unexpectedly, you know, it hurts. But
Yeah, and then the way he died with like
yeah,
his
so
daughter
tragic and
stuff.
just sad, you know.
It seems like his passing is causing like the rest of the NBA to like get rid of their beefs. I was kind of reading that earlier. Like,
Yeah, I saw that.
but
All right, Conan
Well,
Jones,
I say
tell us about your fail of the week.
you don't have much to complain about, but old man Jones is here to
Here we
save
go.
the day to complain about stuff.
Here we go.
So yesterday,
Here we go.
I was listening to last week's podcast, and we made this big deal about the Hitler Clicks music, and just like cue the music. Here we go. And I didn't put a time down, and I didn't put the music in, and I felt like a dumb. So that's number one. Number two, I hate the rain. I hate the way people act in the rain. I hate them. It's stupid. Go away. I was playing on Earth the other night, and it was just like, how do I say this PC?
Yes.
The people that I were playing with weren't old enough to tie their own shoes.
You can call them monkeys. That's fine.
Monkeys is okay? Okay.
Monkeys is fine.
Okay. So,
I call them big old dum dums, but
okay.
Dum dums is fine too. I call people monkeys all the time. It means that it's not a racist term if that's what you think. It's
No,
a
it's-
literal term that they're monkeys on computers. That's how bad they're playing.
Okay. So they were literal monkeys. Like,
Yeah,
and
that's how I've always used the term.
when
I mean, there's other worse words to say if you're gonna bring up race like that.
see, and I wasn't going a raceway. I mean, obviously.
I know you
But
wasn't. I'm
not
just saying,
this time.
Shut up, Mage.
Come on,
No,
now.
that's not my fault.
So they were just idiots. Like, whenever I can get my like Quinn or Bard, I usually do pretty well. But when you just wreck your own lane and the like bot lane goes 0 and 15 in 7 minutes, each of them, and then they flame you for not carrying, it's like, what the hell am I gonna do against this Riven that's now 30 and 2? Like,
Hell yeah.
There's not
You mean you're not carrying them, Conan Jones?
Oh my god! Like, I can do so much, but I can only do so much. Like, come on now.
Hell yeah.
We were watching.
No, I feel you on that one. There's some
just dumbs.
Yeah, I played ranked a little bit this week.
Have you ever played with Inferior Mage? When he's not playing on Vigar?
I saw him actually. You were playing ranked the other night when I was playing with the monkeys.
Yeah, I mean, my experience wasn't much better. I mean, I went 12 and 3 on Vigar and we still lost.
Yes.
That's what you want.
So I actually have.
I also played Warwick on jungle and like did crazy well, like 10 and 2 or something, and we lost. And then I got flamed and called a bad jungler. He has our top lane fed.
You know, that's how you do. You blame the
jungler. I mean, you
on.
are a bad jungler though. Let's.
I've been pretty good with Warwick. My win rate's pretty high with Warwick actually.
Dude, Warwick's such a little older.
Okay. Well, you know, whatever.
No, I just hate like I'm a jungler, so I hate like some champions a lot.
I mean, that's fair. You can have your bias.
It wasn't me calling you that. It was me calling the champion in general that.
I'm just saying, if I play it and I win, a win's a win. I don't care who I'm playing. If I win, I win. I also did really well on Jinx a couple games, and then was just like told that, man, my this freaking like area I'm at in freaking ranked is such BS. People are so dumb.
What rank are you?
I got put in Iron 1. It's awful. It's literal hell.
Dude, I'm like, I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
I ended in silver. I ended in silver and went 7 and 3 in my placements.
You always go lower than what you're expected.
In iron from silver?
Yeah. Oh. That's okay. That's different.
Iron, bronze, silver now.
I forgot that that bronze or iron was a thing.
Yeah, it's awful. It's literal hell. Like you talk about people on monkeys. Like you talk about monkeys on keyboards.
Right. So like I actually have 2 more fails, even though it's like Tuesday. Like I was just all about the fails this partial week. Yesterday we were washing our bed sheets and we were flipping the mattress, and on the back of the wall by the mattress is like some mold growing on the drywall, and I'm just like,
that's what you want.
Yes, this is exactly what I want to have happen at 11:40, like 11:30 at night when I'm trying to go to bed, because the sheets were still dry, like wet in the dryer, so we had to stay up and wait for them. So we looked it up and it's like, oh, you can just clean it with bleach, and it's just kind of a normal thing to have happen whenever your bed's up against an exterior wall like that.
Yeah.
And it just like
the thing is though is like we've had some mold problems in our home just because my old home is old.
Yeah.
And like apparently you clean it with bleach and it kills it, but that's when the spores pop out, and that's when it can still like hurt you pretty bad.
Yeah.
And like the only real way to get rid of mold is to replace the wall.
Yeah, see, I ain't about that life. I just
like if you clean it with bleach enough, you're not going to see it at least.
Yeah. Well, it's like I just sprayed it with bleach and like scrubbed it down and let the bleach soak for a second, and then just put the bed back and went to sleep because I was tired and mad. So
probably fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'll be all right.
I've done that before, so
yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. I mean, my cat story, I definitely feel you on the 11 point. Yeah.
Yeah. And then just for the sake of, I got one more for the sake of time, but I just got yelled at at work because I didn't follow policy. So
what'd you do wrong?
I had a case that I was trying to initiate, and by policy, you have to initiate 3 days in a row if you don't make contact with them. So I had made the first day contact like normal, and then on the second day, I had it on my schedule to go out and try to make contact with them. But then I had another, like a case show up that was a joint response with the police department and said, hey, we need you out here right effing now. So then, I did that for the rest of the evening and then just totally forgot about my other case and didn't go back out on it for like a week because I was dealing with this joint response thing.
Right.
So now that I'm trying to close it, my supervisor's like, hey, you didn't do anything for this for like almost like over a week between instances. Like, what's going on? And I was like, it happened whenever the joint response thing happened. Like, you said I had to focus completely on that and not on this other stuff. So I did. She said, no, you still have to go make attempts. And I was like, how? You have to send somebody else in the office out to do your stuff for you. I was like, that's really dumb. Like, so I got reprimanded. It was kind of one of those deals where she's like, I know you're learning and it's not going to happen again, but we still have to have the conversation to document that not to do it again.
All right.
So
it's like hitting a dog with newspaper after they peed on the floor.
Yes.
Right? Is that not a good comparison to make?
Yeah, I just it didn't process in my brain before.
It's like bad Conan Jones.
Exactly.
I mean, it never feels good to get yelled at by your boss.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Speaking of which, remember last week I talked about my observation, like the random one?
Yes.
I went to go talk with I just went to go ask him. I didn't want to. And he said everything was fine. He said he would know I would have known if something was wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, that's really reassuring.
I'd let you know if you were bad.
Could you guys just talk to us when we do stuff good?
Yeah, though? Can I please yeah, exactly.
Can I get praised every once in a while and get more motivated?
Like I just want to be told I'm doing a good job.
I just want a pat on the head and cookie and said you're doing good.
Yeah. Hey, what do y'all want to do for my birthday next month?
I have no idea.
Fly on the plane.
No.
Go on a cruise.
We could go to Chili's again.
I do love me some Chili's.
Chili's was actually
Chili's
really
was good. All right, Chili's was good. Don't get a steak from there.
Yeah, that was not a good choice.
I thought it was going to be a good choice. I was wrong.
The Chili's where I'm at makes pretty good steak, actually. I haven't had a bad. I mean, it's a cheaper steak for sure, but it's not a bad steak.
It didn't feel like a cheaper steak.
It looked like a cheaper steak.
It looked like a cheaper steak,
yeah.
But it didn't cost like a cheaper steak. It tasted like one, but it was still. I ordered a 10-ounce sirloin and got a 5.
Yeah.
Want to go to Cattleman's?
No. We went to Chili's.
Do you want to go to?
I know.
Cattleman's?
You want to?
I always go to Cattleman's on my birthday. Like it's a tie between that and Sheiky's.
So yes.
No, I want to go. What I want to go for my birthday is I want to go to this place that Conan Jones suggested.
Neighborhood Jam.
No. Oh God, this brings me
breakfast?
to my. I know we already talked about this, or we already did fails of the week, but I need to go over one more thing.
Okay.
So, on Sunday, I'm like, I messaged my uncle, and we share our birthday, and like him and I don't really get along, but I was just gonna be nice for my grandma to make it work for her, so where she doesn't have to do 15 or different dinners and stuff. Apparently, there's a wedding going on for his stepdaughter that is going on the day before our birthday. And I'm just like, oh, that's cool. Thank you for inviting me. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was just like, I was like, what are you talking about? He was just like, oh, it's blah, blah, blah's wedding that day. Well, okay. Well, I had no idea about it. He was like, "What? You didn't get an invitation?" And I'm like, "Dude, come on now. Don't be
play,
like that.
Yeah, don't play dumb now. Just
Anyway, so I was like, no, like I have no idea what you're talking about, but I mean that's fine. I know she doesn't like me anyways, so I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. Y'all have a good day. I'm gonna celebrate my birthday when I celebrate it. So he invites me, but then I'm sitting there thinking, I'm just like, this isn't your place to invite me, dude. Like, it's not your wedding. It's your stepdaughter's wedding. And so he invites me anyways, and I was just like, hey, I don't want to come to a place that I'm not welcomed at. Like, it's not a big deal at all. I got to take my kids to solo and ensemble anyways that day. So we go and talk, or he goes and I guess he called my grandma and told her what was going on. So she came and she called me. She was just like, now, Ghost, whatever you think is like going on with you and your uncle isn't true. So I don't know where I went to country at from old lady, but so I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'll go to this wedding. It's at 5:00 on the 22nd, and I'm trying to get scheduled for solo and ensemble as like early as possible.
Yeah.
So I can go to this, but I don't know if I'll be able to or not.
Where's the wedding at?
Goldsby?
Oh, that's down by Washington.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can go see friend of the show, Morgan Grimes.
Yes.
Ooh.
But I just... that's why I was in such a bad mood yesterday. Like, on top of, like, Kobe dying and that, and then all my kids coming was like, Mr. Coast, did you know that Kobe Bryant died? And I'm just like...
Shut up.
He was my favorite player.
It's like it's very to see a game with him in it.
Yeah, it's like I've been to multiple games where Kobe Bryant's played. Of course I have. I was at Kobe Bryant's last away game. He played the Thunder for his last away game.
I didn't realize it was
Oh, I
last
remember
away
that.
Huh? What'd you say, Conan?
I just didn't realize that was his last away game.
Yeah. Like... What'd you say, Mage?
Oh, I said, isn't that? I was listening on the radio. Did Kobe like do good that game or something like that?
No, he didn't play at all.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's another game I was thinking of.
Yeah, it was his last home game that they played against.
It was his last home game
Utah.
that he got like 60 points.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I think it was almost 80. Like,
no, his 80-point game was against the Raptors in 06.
Okay.
And it's 86. He's the second highest. It's the second highest scoring game, only behind Bill Russell.
Okay, I've just seen so many like highlight clips the past couple days that it's all running together.
No, I mean Kobe's like a human highlight reel. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. But it's after seeing so many back to back to back, they all just kind of run together in my brain on dates and times and what it was actually showing.
I mean, he's a GOAT. I think he's better than Michael Jordan. I think he could have beat Michael Jordan in a one-on-one, but that might be me being a homer and him being my favorite player.
That's fair. I think we all have a little bit of bias. Like, I love Michael Jordan only because of Space Jam. I actually don't really know a whole lot of stats that Michael put out.
Michael Jordan? I mean, Michael Jordan had good stats. I think he's like the... I think he's not the highest scoring... highest score in NBA players of all time? Good one.
No, Wilt Chamberlain's up there.
Yeah, Wilt Chamberlain.
He averaged 40 points a game most seasons.
Well, no, the top player is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from the Lakers. You know what's funny is like the top 10 of the top scoring players of all time. Like 7 of them are Lakers.
I mean, Lakers is a huge franchise.
You got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Karl Malone, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Wilt Chamberlain, Shaq. So maybe it's 6, but still.
Is
6
Shaq
out
the
of
top
10.
scorer?
Yeah.
I
Dude,
guess
Shaq was a monster.
he played
He just
long
couldn't
enough.
shoot free throws.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shaq
Twos
was
add
awful
up.
at free throws.
2 points at a time. Yeah.
Twos add up.
Dude, there's that big old picture of Shaq getting fouled and fouling like the entire team at the same time while doing a dunk.
Yeah.
That famous picture.
Okay.
It's like every game he did that. Like,
All right. How many
Shaq was a beast.
How many 3-pointers do you think Shaq's made?
3.
Free pointers?
3-pointers. How many do you think that he's made?
I don't know. He had a long career, probably about 30, 50.
He doesn't even have 30 or 50 attempts.
Wow, really? He's just all about in the paint.
Yeah.
On people.
Look how tall he
Dang.
was. He was a monster.
The big
Yeah, dude,
man back then was something different than what it is now.
Yeah, because you got Steven Adams now that's got knees made out of dang jello. He's awful. The Thunder suck. Anyways, he's
The
got.
Thunder are great right now.
He has
they're
22 3-point attempts. Out of those 22, how many has he made?
2, 3.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my original 3.
He's made 1.
Oof, even worse.
That's why he never did it.
His 3-point attempt average is 4.5.
Oh,
It's the lowest one of all time. It's the lowest one out of the top 10.
Shaq knew what he was good at, and he specialized in it.
Hey, man. Like, do what you're good at. At least he knew it, and he didn't even attempt them. Like,
Yeah, like that's
he jacked up
funny.
a couple of them, but he's like, no, I ain't.
I will say, I love watching NBA on TNT because they have the halftime show with
Yeah.
Shaq and what's his name? Shoot, I just blanked out on the other guy.
Charles Barkley.
Yeah, Charles Barkley. I brain farted on his name, but I love it. I think they're hilarious.
They have no idea what they're talking about, like team-wise.
No,
but they
not
just
at
sit
all.
there and just talk smack. One of my favorite lines from Charles Barkley, he said, is like, Draymond Green hasn't been saying much since he's been averaging those triple singles.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, there's no coming back from that one.
He's dead,
You're
Jim.
done. You're done.
Yeah.
And he tried saying something. He was like, the typical, oh, it's hard to say nothing when you ain't got no rings or something like that. Charles Barkley played at a time whenever Michael Jordan was in his prime. It's hard for anybody to have a ring during them, besides unless you weren't on the Bulls.
Right. Your name's not Scottie Pippen.
Yeah,
Like,
or Dennis Rodman.
yeah. Man, throwbacks.
Good times. Well, I'm in a good mood now. Let's not go to topic 1. I'll give you the gist on what I wanted to talk about. Topic 1. Today, one of my cheerleading girls came up to me and she was just like, "Oh, my dad is upset that I have to play at halftime, or I have to play at half the times for the basketball games." And I'm just like, "Why is he upset?" He's like, "Because he paid for cheer when he didn't have to pay for band." And I was just like, that argument makes no sense to me. But then I kept on indulging her. I'm just like, okay, explain to me what he said. He's like, well, he didn't pay for band, so he doesn't want me doing it. But he paid for cheer, so he wants me to do it. And I'm just so confused. I'm like, what his actual argument is. That he's mad that his kid's doing cheer or doing band, but he's also mad that he had to pay for cheer.
Yeah, so like, was she trying to get out of having to play?
No, that's the thing. She wants to play.
She just
He wants
wanted
her
you
to cheer.
She just wanted you to know that her dad doesn't like that she does band.
Yes.
That's productive. Thank you for that. I'm getting this time back from this conversation that we didn't need to have.
What? Oh yeah, like I don't understand it. And like And my other cheerleading girl just could not care less about band, and it irks me. But I don't like get mad about it. I try not. I mean, I do get mad about it, but I try not to like be that guy towards her. Sometimes I am, but I'm just like, if you don't want to be here, don't be here.
Yeah, like just figure it out. Like, yeah, if you don't want to, then don't. Like, if your dad doesn't want you to do it that bad, then like,
And that's what I told her. I was just like, if he's gonna be that upset, I like her. I don't want you to have a bad home life because of something that I could like fix easy. Okay, like if he's gonna be that upset and be that mad at you about it, then you just play for them the whole time. I don't care. I'm not gonna be.
Here's the child welfare worker coming out of me though. It's like if she's gonna be that mad about that, he's gonna be mad about a lot of other things, and her not being in band ain't gonna stop her not having a good home life.
I know that, and that's not. And I was kind of wanting to talk about that too, from like not on the podcast, of course, but I don't know. It just seems I don't anyway. But yeah,
Parents, be supportive of your kids. If they like
That's
stuff,
exactly what I was
do
gonna
it.
talk about. That how to deal with parents that don't want to support band. But I really like. I'm in a good mood about that. I'm in a good mood, so I don't want to get upset about it. Where I can get upset about topic 2 this week. Kingdom Hearts Remind came out last Tuesday or this Tuesday or last week, but I got before we recorded last week. I didn't get to play it because it was not the weekend. Let me tell you, I have never bought DLC before because I always thought it was a waste of money. Even like the good ones that add something to it, like the Fable ones, or like what's another good DLC story? The Witcher one. I know Witcher has a good DLC. Everyone likes.
Yeah, The Witcher has really good DLC.
I just can't. Like I want the full
Skyrim
game
DLC.
with the $60 I pay for it.
Did you get Skyrim DLC?
Oh yeah, Skyrim has good DLC, but no, I didn't buy the DLC when it came out. I did get it though, like after like when I bought like Skyrim again for like the Game of the Year edition, that was like $20. So I don't know if that necessarily counts, but I never bought DLC at full price because I bought the Spider-Man DLC too, but it was also like $10 for both of them. So I figured that was a good deal. Anywho, it blows. It was awful. It was a retelling of the ending, and it was done in the way that didn't really add much at all. It was just it added a little bit story of like the lingering will. You got to play the highlight of the whole DLC was being able to play as other characters in the fight that should have been in the game in the first place. You paid $30 for this to fight other people to fight as people that should have been in the game in the first place. You got to play as Roxas with going God mode with both the double blades. You got to play as Aqua and do a cool combo attack with Rox or not Rox, excuse me, with Ventus. You got to play as Riku and do a cool combo attack with Sora. Okay, you got to do all this cool stuff that should have been in the game in the first place. There was really only two like battle scenes that was really cool with it. And it was one where you got to fight as like everybody except for Sora and Kairi. And it was like a really cool, like big battle royale battle where they was going where those 7 people were going against the 13 darknesses. I know if you're not a part of Kingdom Hearts story, I'm not gonna go into details with it, but it was a really cool scene. And then the part right afterwards where you're playing as Mickey Mouse and you're trying to save the light. Those are the only 2 cool parts of the thing. That does not justify $30. I think it justified maybe $15. but not $30. And it just pissed me off to the point where I don't want to buy DLC anymore again.
Yeah, that all of that it just sounds so much just sounds like Japanese to me. And then another part of it is just like, man, you got had. Like
I did. I got had worse than like when Destiny released their first expansion pack, The Dark Below. I got had worse than that. Mage, what do you think?
I mean, I'm kind of with you. Like, I just feel like DLC like that, where it just changes up the ending kind of thing, should have been in it in the first place. It's like with Mass Effect 3. Like, they only created Mass Effect 3 ending DLC because people were upset about the ending. Like, okay, if you create a crappy ending, deal with it. Don't retcon it.
Right. Okay, here, I'm a spoiler warning here, okay? Whatever. So the only thing that they added to the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, you know, where they're doing like the different scenes with like all the friends or something, like all the friends are back together and stuff. Literally the only thing they add is they'll expand the scene a little bit, like what when I mean expand, I mean literally like wide frame the camera scene right there, and you'll see Kyrie and Sora sitting there being a couple, hanging out with their friends, in like every scene that they've done with it. It's dude, that's what that was $30. Was to show that Kyrie and Sora are a couple now.
I just got it for free.
There you go.
Conan Jones is the only winner right now.
Conan Jones is winning right now.
It's about time I won something.
Like you'll see like the not Traverse Town, the town where like Roxas is at, where they eat the ice cream and stuff. You know what I'm talking about, Mange?
Yeah.
They're sitting out there on the tower or whatever, like sharing their story, whatever. Exact same ending, word for word. And then the last little bit out when they do that pan out of all of them sitting there on the row on the ice on the giant tower, which is a dangerous place for kids to be at anyways. They'll pan out so far, and then you'll see Kyrie and Sora sitting up top.
Oh, I thought Sora was like in a different area or something.
I'll get to that. They expand on that a little bit with the secret boss fight. And it's just such a waste of money. Besides those two scenes with story content, that was cool. I mean, those two things were okay. They also added the Organization 13 fights, like how they were in like not exactly how they were in Kingdom Hearts 2, but like because there's different fights in there. But there's like the data replicas of them. You can go fight those.
Oh, well, that's kind of neat.
And then the secret boss. After you do all that, then you go fight the secret boss, which is Yuzora, the character that's shown at the secret ending of KH3. And you go fight him, and apparently there's two endings with it. There's a bad ending if you lose, and there's a good ending if you win. Which is really weird. It's the first time I've ever done that.
Well, that's kind of neat, though. At least you get like two endings.
I know that, but here's what the okay. It's literally both endings is literally the exact same. With one major thing is that if Sora loses, he becomes a crystal, like when a Fal'Cie completes their focus in Final Fantasy 13, or you beat Yuzoro and Yuzoro fades away. But then the actual ending the ending is like Yuzoro waking up in a car reciting the very first lines from Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yes. The plot twist.
It's exactly that, like word for word, and you can even like they even do it where Yuzoro and Sora are talking talking with each other at the exact same time. Don't buy this DLC. Don't do what I did.
I may just watch it on YouTube.
Dude, please. If I could save Square Enix and their stupid money grubbling goblin hands from getting even one other person's $30. I've made a difference in this world.
You're doing the Lord's work, Ghost.
I'm doing the Lord's work.
Keep it up.
Amen.
Praises be to Ghostland's finest. May he forever be remembered for the sacrifice he did for the people of Kingdom Hearts.
Is that the name of the place?
Of the game?
I know it's the name of the game, but is that the name of like the kingdom that is it actually called Kingdom Hearts?
No, the thing. Oh, God. So the
Kingdom
Hearts. So Kingdom Hearts. It's actually after 7 games of Kingdom Hearts. It actually hasn't been explained yet what Kingdom Hearts actually is. It's supposed to be like the soul of every world, and it's supposed to be able to connect every world. But it still hasn't been explained exactly what it is.
All we know is there's a light side of the Kingdom Hearts, and there's a dark side.
And there's a
of the
dark
Kingdom
side
Hearts.
of it.
And they showed that all lore about Kingdom Hearts was only in the first game, and after that they just kind of threw it away.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that sounds real dumb. Like,
It's very anime.
If you didn't play this game when it first came out in 2002 or 2000, whatever it was, and didn't get hooked on it because it mixed Final Fantasy characters and Disney characters, don't play these games.
yeah,
It's like straight up injecting heroin into your stream. Okay, like trying to wrap your brain around this story
it's just not gonna work.
is the equivalent of going on a trip. Okay, because there's so much like twists and turns and I don't understand this. Why is this happening? Sort of thing. It's dumb.
You'll never understand it. Don't even try.
I've tried understanding it and it just hurts. Okay, you'll start smelling copper. Okay,
Burnt toast.
yeah. Don't play these games unless you're already emotionally attached to them, like I am.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a no from me, Bob.
Yeah.
I mean, I have such fond memories of the first 2 games, and it's
Right?
really hard not to love the series because those games were so good and fun. But the plot is just ridiculous. Even in game 2, it just got ridiculous, and and then it just got even more ridiculous with all basically Square Enix trying to be money grubbers and just making games to make games that made no sense.
I just want a game that has a complete ending. Not these like, what's to come kind of thing. I just want a game, a Kingdom Hearts game that have a bow ending where it's just like and scene. And we're done.
Like wrapped up in a bow.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So I just want it to end, but end in the way I want it to end.
It doesn't even have to end how I want it to end like that. It could be a bad ending. It's like, hey, everybody dies. Game over. And that's the ending. It could be like that, but at least it's a completed ending and not come back 15 years from now for another $60 and another $30 you got to pay for DLC to get a story that's not even completed still.
The everyone dies ending is never used. People need to use that more in games.
Right?
Not every ending has to be good and happy.
They just need to have an ending. Like
that's what happened with Game of Thrones.
We don't talk about that ending. The real ending is that the White Walkers actually conquered Westeros. That's the real ending of Game of Thrones.
The real ending of Game of Thrones is that old Bran is still in a coma, and all of this is just a fever dream.
he just fell out of the tower and just dreamed all of it.
Yeah,
dude, I would have been so freaking mad. Like, if that's how it would have ended.
The actual ending?
Huh?
More mad than the actual ending made you?
No, I wouldn't have been. I would have been like that. That makes sense. That's why this was so stupid.
Like,
Well, like everything was great up till season 7. Really halfway through season 6, but season 7, I think, was when it started really hitting the nosedive.
See, I thought it was like after the after season or episode 4 of season 7 is when I thought everything nosedived. Whenever Jamie's charging after Drogon, and then he gets speared by Braun into the water to save his life. How does he not drown with all that armor on? That's whenever I knew that we were going down a dark path.
that's just a very specific.
It's not a well thought out path.
Yes, I know it was very specific, Conan, but I'm a very specific person.
He specifically knew when he started not to like Game of Thrones.
Especially when it comes to Game of
fault
Thrones.
us for that.
Yeah, Game of Thrones is one of those other fighting. Well, no, it actually wouldn't be fighting about because I think we're all in agreement that Game of Thrones halfway of season 7, and all of season 8 sucked.
I don't even remember really what happened in this season 7 towards the end. But
They go across the wall to capture a White Walker. One of the dragons dies for no reason, and they fly back.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
He explained it perfectly.
Yeah. Because I remember
all that to convince
Cersei
the Lannister, Cersei's, to help them, and then she decides not to.
Yeah.
So it was worthless. No one came to help, and apparently they didn't need their help because the Night King got killed by Arya.
That was so.
And the most overused combat maneuver in cinema history that people think it looks cool, but I just think it looks stupid.
It's like, I've seen that on Star Wars, okay? Rey did the exact same move.
Yeah, I still don't really even know who Rey is, so.
She's the girl with the blue lightsaber that everyone makes
Excuse you.
about.
She has a yellow lightsaber now.
Oh, you're right. That's made out of her staff.
I thought that was actually kind of cool.
That was cool. I liked it.
I still haven't seen any of the new trilogy.
I mean, the first one is really good. I really liked episode 7. 8, it's really split. I hated it. Ghost liked it. And honestly, it's going to be a toss-up between whether you like it or hate it. It's very different. I hated it because it kind of just like spat on the lore and it kind of flip-flopped at the end. For me, is what I felt. But, I mean, there's good things about it, so there's definitely reason enough that Ghost... I understand why Ghost likes that movie. 9 was very Disney. It's very Disney calculated. I really liked it, but I also really like the Marvel movies. But basically, it's like the basic of the 3.
Yeah, that's fair. I hate it. Anyway, let's not get into it because we're already almost at the hour mark, anyways.
Well, yeah, and all I can say, like, people can like and hate whatever movie they like, honestly, and there's going to be reasons why they hate and like everything.
Except Lord of the Rings.
I mean,
because that's awful movies.
You're wrong for a lot of reasons, but we won't step in that. I'll concede to a lot of things, but Lord of the Rings is a good franchise.
I enjoyed the movies. Ghost is right. We're at the 59-minute mark.
And we haven't even played the age-old classic, Hitler Clicks.
What are we Hitler clicking today, boys?
Cersei Lannister.
Cersei Lannister.
No, wait. You should go D&D.
No, I already clicked on Cersei Lannister.
Oh, okay. Too late.
All right, I'm going to click on George R.R. Martin. So we are on one click. I am going to click on... I I'm gonna click on German.
Oh, is it the language or the country?
Yes, it's the language. So we are at 2 clicks. I'm clicking on Germany, which is 3 clicks. And we are at 4 clicks. With old Adolf Hitler. So Cersei Lannister is 4 clicks away from Adolf Hitler.
You know, that's farther along than I thought it would be, actually.
Are you really? Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty close, I think.
It is pretty close. Probably the closest that we actually had.
I think that is legit the closest.
5 or 6 clicks. It's usually 5 or 6.
New record, Cersei Lannister.
Good job. She's got the title of Hitler clicks.
Proud of her. She didn't get the crown, but she got the Hitler clicks crown.
She didn't get the crown, but she got the bricks. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our wins of the week. Conan Jones, what is your win of the week?
I really just sang the music in my head, so I was like, just to make sure we get the timing right.
Okay.
So no, that was not funny.
It's funny when I do it.
I actually I couldn't think of a win. I had like 7 fails, but I couldn't think of a win.
Conan Jones got to come home to his wife and his dog. Win of the week.
The burger I had at Chili's was really good. We went to S&B yesterday.
That burger looked really... Oh, S&B. Oh, I'm glad you finally went. Did you get that burger with the egg on it or whatever?
I got the mac and cheese one. And
dude, S&B's burgers is delicious.
Because it said, hey, yeah, you can add an egg to it. And then they had a special. It was like normal burgers for $6.50 or whatever it was. Had it chalkboarded on the wall. So I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna get this fancy burger, and it's gonna be like half price more or less. I'm down with that because it was Monday. And then we get the bill and it was full price, and it's just like, hey, it says on the wall that everything is like it's half price for regular size burgers. They're like, yeah, but you guys ordered specialty burgers. And I was like, but it's a regular size. It's not a half size. Like, yeah, right. But it's a specialty burger. And it's like, well, you guys need to reword that then because that's stupid. But it was okay.
You should have talked to their manager and really Karen'd it up.
Yeah, no, I got a trash can punch too, and it was straight alcohol. There was no mixer in it, and it was reminiscent of bad nights.
You mean good nights?
Yeah. But,
we had some crazy parties in college. Let me tell you.
But the burger was okay. Like,
I like the burgers.
I'm glad they didn't put an egg on it because it had chili on it too. It was like chili and mac and cheese and burger. And if they would put an egg on it, that would have been just way too much.
Yeah, that would have been too much flavors.
So
Conan Jones got taken to Flavor Town.
Against my will.
Did you try their Thunder Fries? Their Thunder Fries are pretty delicious.
We almost got some, but we ended up just getting fries on our this.
They give you a pretty good size of fries too.
Yeah, it's like a big old basket.
Yeah, we almost got like an appetizer of fries or just like an order to share, but we ended up not.
I remember we and my brother went. We got like specialty burgers, and I wanted to. I don't know why I wanted to treat them, but I did. And we got shakes too. The shakes are pretty good.
All right, but yeah, I guess that's my win or fail, whatever. I don't even remember.
It's all good. Mage, what is your fail of the week or win of the week? Sorry.
Let me look real quick.
You had got work done.
So Monday, Monday was the day that all our documenting was due for our child visits.
Yep.
And I had like 4 worker visits that I needed to document. So I ended up staying super late, and like it just I got all the work done. It just felt really good. Like, it's not staying late to do that, but it felt really good to get the work done and get that like stress off my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of it. It's
that's
just good. today was a pretty good day. It was court day, so and I actually went first in court, so I didn't have to stay there till noon, which was
That's
super nice. like basically all court is we get there at 9:30 and we wait around till our name gets called.
God.
And we never know what, like, we have our recommendations and we do our best to tell the judge what's going on in the case, but we never know what the judge is going to say or what he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see, he's pretty fair, and a lot of times he goes with recommendations, but sometimes he throws curveballs at us, like suspending visits for a parent for no reason. It's like, all right. So sometimes it's like a little stressful.
I have a question for y'all. I don't know if this is what we should talk about on, but I'm gonna ask anyways. So, never mind. I will ask it after this. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was gonna ask it, but then I thought against it.
No, you're good.
Anyway,
our listeners are left hanging.
Yeah, they're left hanging. Anyways, all right. My win of the
Sorry,
week this week is just getting my puppy dog Vader. He's a good puppy. Like I said, you should go look at his picture again on Twitter and go like it and then subscribe to the podcast.
Follow my Twitter too.
Follow my Twitter too. Follow lowscalegaming. Follow at Ghostland's Finest.
Some
Follow
good quality content coming your way.
Don't follow Inferior Mage.
That's fine.
Man.
I don't have content.
Cody Jones, hit us with the outro.
Just hearing Inferior Mage, this just made me think of like the bottom of the biscuits and gravy from last week. That was so funny. I was rolling on the highway.
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. Sorry. All right. Thank you guys very much for listening. You can follow us on Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify at Low Scale Gaming. If you have a question or subject you want us to talk about on our next podcast, go ahead and leave us a tweet or email at lowscalegaming@gmail.com.
Thank you guys again. And remember, have a great day and a better tomorrow.
Ooh.